Okay. What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Tuesday edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Parish Construction and Roofing. If you need an orthopedist, you go to Brock. If you need a roof, you call Parish. That's just what you do. Unique Physique, uniquephysique.com, Restored Motions, restoredmotions.com. And do I have fantastic news for all of you? Been telling you about Unique Physique, semaglutide, tirzepatide, the once-a-week injections for weight loss, lowest prices, never any contracts, and you do the whole thing over telemed, and they can ship your medicine anywhere. By the way, starting today, Unique Physique has actually lowered their prices. They dropped price for semaglutide from $275 to $195 a month, and they dropped the price on tirzepatide from $375 to $325 per month. So, lowest prices, tell you that all the time. If you're interested in learning more, Unique Physique, uniquephysique.com. Okay. We'll say some good morning, y'all. I hope y'all are off to your day is off to a fantastic start. I would assume you probably notice. I hope you probably notice a slight change. We fit in the box now. The scroll is there. It's not cutting off this thing. A new coffee mug up there. Shout out E-Rock. Got that did. Okay, y'all. We'll say some good mornings. LSU basketball. How about Matt McMahon lands another top 100 prospect? I was making sure my mic was up. For the class of 2025. Maisie Mosley from California, who transferred to Montverde down in Florida. That's of course where Ben Simmons went before he came to LSU. So 6'5", 170-pound shooting guard in the composite. He's a 4-star. His top 100 player, composite top 100 player, number 62 overall in the country. Number 18 shooting guard. Rivals has him as high as the number 40 overall player, the number 11 shooting guard. So LSU beat out a lot of big-time programs, USC, Iowa, Michigan, Xavier, Cal, San Diego State, Arizona State, Washington. So good get there from Matt McMahon, second top 100 prospect for the class of 2025. And you could just tell, man, Matt McMahon is turning around this roster. I'm not telling you that this is going to be a national championship contender. Not this year, but this is a team that should this year for the 2024-2025 season on Selection Sunday coming up, like they should hear their name called. And you could see and tell he's building even more depth and talent, and that's great to see, man. Matt McMahon, they got the right guy. They got the right guy for the job. But he just inherited an awful situation that was just going to take a while to get through. And they made it through, and they're going to be better for it. So let's see what this team can get into. Okay, y'all, smash the like button if you would. Subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the page, share the posts. LSU has an open date, of course. Saints turn the page, start getting ready for the Chiefs on Monday Night Football. So big challenge. We'll see what how much healthier they can get, who they'll get back. Today, Tuesday, is an off day, of course, in the NFL, so no practice today for the Saints, and they'll be back on the practice field Wednesday, and we'll get that first injury report of the week as well. So, all right, we'll say some good mornings, y'all. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the page, share the post, and fire away anything about anything. Hey, Wendell, good morning. Brian Wynn, Trivia Carter, good morning. Brian Penn, morning from Dalton, Georgia. Let's give respect for the greatest baseball players ever. Rest in peace, Pete Rose. Yeah, man, what a day. Pete Rose and Dikembe Mutombo both died on the same day. They always say it comes in threes. You sort of shudder to think, all right, who might be next? I don't want to be morbid, but yeah, man, really a shame Pete Rose died without getting into the Hall of Fame. I know it's so interesting because I'm not sure that sort of the will of the people has ever been ignored more than with Pete Rose. I mean, overwhelmingly, baseball fans, maybe even players and managers, whatever, feel like Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame. But baseball just never budged. And it felt like there was a time there where Bud Selig and Pete Rose were bridging that gap to try to get him back into baseball. And I can't remember the whole story as to why it fell apart, but it did. And another interesting tidbit, many of you probably know this, but when LSU won the 2003 national championship, it was the first championship LSU won in 45 years. SI does their commemorative championship issue. Now, I mean, SI is obviously going the way of the dodo bird, but people collected Sports Illustrated, and that week there were 3 SI covers. There was the LSU championship cover, there was the Southern Cal championship cover, and there was Pete Rose bet on baseball. Acknowledged he bet on baseball. It was that time. I say it was January of 2004, but and if you look at the Justin Vincent picture on the cover of SI, in the top, the small bar on the top is Pete Rose admitting a bet on baseball. And similarly, if you get the Pete Rose cover, at the top, it would be LSU won the national championship. Forever linked there. Hey, Bart, good morning. Thomas, good morning. A little chilly up there. I'm a little envious. Christian, good morning. I like the new bordering. Also, great. You got video to fit inside the entire Fox. That's all that I asked Erica last night. I was like, can you please, can we just fix this? Just take a minute and fix it. So we tinkered with it last night and got it fixed. So yeah. Hey, Randall, good morning. When we know if Taysom and Davis are playing. Yeah, so first injury report will come out on Wednesday, or I guess because it's Monday Night Football, I wonder if they have to, if they everything's delayed a day, maybe they would give like a tentative injury report. But they'll file the injury reports throughout the week, and then we'll know for certain whenever they have to make a declaration. It'll probably be questionable, and then the game time decision with those guys, I would think. Cody, morning, Matt. Rando question: do you think we'll ever see a team completely opt out of a bowl game, or are there traditional practices to value bowl to pass it? I mean, we have seen teams opt. Texas A&M opted out of a bowl game. Wasn't it a couple of years ago? They didn't have enough players. Yeah, so in 21 they said it was COVID, but A&M pulled out of the Gator Bowl. Due to COVID-19 issues and season-ending injuries. Now, you might be talking specifically about like for NIL, would a team just not play? No, because remember, you do have bowl tie-ins. So you are contractually, like your league has bowl tie-ins. So you are contractually obligated to play in a bowl wherever your league placement is, right? Similar to TV. You sign over your grant and rights. The league organizes a TV schedule, and you play when TV tells you to play. And you reap the financial benefits of that. So similar with bowl season. People that prefer Lane over Kelly are nuts. You know, Bailey, I'll tell you, man, if LSU would have hired Lane Kiffin in 2022, I would have been fine with that. I think he went to his Nick Saban coaching rehab program, and certainly I like him as an offensive coach, and I would have been okay with that. So I don't want to sit here and act as if I wouldn't have been. It is also true that Brian Kelly, over 33 years, is the winningest active coach in football. He's won a ton of games, and I'd probably prefer Brian Kelly. If you can go back and do it all over again, the one difference is Brian Kelly's 62, so he's just got a shorter. He's nearer the end of his career than Lane is a better way to say it. Hey, Brent, good morning. RIP to Pete Rose, one of my favorite players growing up. The reason I started rooting for the Phillies. Okay, interesting. Yeah, Pete was, I only remember Pete Rose, the manager. So I don't remember Pete Rose, the player. I mean, obviously I've seen the Charlie Hustle highlights and everything like that, but never got to see Pete Rose play. Taylor, good morning. Hunter Broadhead. Matt, good morning. Is there a cap on how much someone can donate to NIL? Nope. Jacob, good morning, Matt. Been without power in the Southwest Virginia for 5 days. Very bad up here. Man, I'm sorry to hear that, Jacob. I know, God, Helene was just a monster that just crushed Florida and Georgia and Carolinas and I guess Virginia as well, man. So best to all of you, man. Patrick, morning, Matt. RIP Dikembe and Pete Rose. Matt McMahon doing work. As much as I miss Wade and want him as our coach, the whole NCAA investigation was a witch hunt. McMahon doing what he's doing recruiting is a nice consolation. Patrick, the NCAA investigation wasn't a witch hunt. Like, Will Wade was on a federal wiretap talking about paying a player. Okay. Like, we have to be honest with that. Now, the part of it that was unsettling is how long it dragged out because the NCAA leveraged football to get their pound of flesh in basketball. That's why it took forever. I mean, the Vidal Alexander OLOL thing lingered for years because the NCAA was using that as leverage to make sure they got their pound of flesh with Will Wade. And maybe it was because LSU was so defiant, Wade was so defiant, and it was his voice on a wiretap. I mean, if it was, look at all the other programs that were involved in that, Kansas, Arizona, like if Auburn, it's just if Will had just had somebody else make that phone call, he's probably still LSU's coach, the same way Bill Self is still at Kansas. But his voice was on a wiretap, man. That wasn't a witch hunt. Like, I wouldn't have argued, like, everybody cheats, and they do. And I don't care that Will Wade was making that damn strong offer, and he was 2 years too early, but it's what it is. Wacky Chris, good morning. Watching Ole Miss, USC, South Carolina this weekend. Torn between wanting Ole Miss to lose, wanting them to win prior to playing us. I want to clear the path. So I want South Carolina to win that game. I want Ole Miss to be battered and bruised and lose again and come in here limping and LSU just pick off the carcass on the side of the road. That's what I would like to see. How many points per game did LSU allow last year compared to this year? Last year, well, keep in mind, you're still only 5 games into the season. I think last year was 35 a game. I have it right here. It's loading, but I have it right here. Okay. LSU scored 45.54 a game and allowed 28 per game. Now, that is also skewed a smidge because remember, you did shut out Army. If you look just at the SEC scoring, I want to say the SEC points per game might have been like 35. All right. David Tolson is reinstatement around the corner for Pete Rose. I don't think so, David. I mean, if baseball didn't reinstate him while he was alive, I don't know why. Just because he's died now, that would inspire them to move. I don't think so. Josh Higginbotham, good morning. Deborah Coward, good morning. Rocky, no one loved baseball more than Pete Rose. It's a travesty he's not in the Hall of Fame. I agree with you. But at the same time, I believe he should be in the Hall of Fame. Loving baseball isn't a reason to be in the Hall of Fame. There's a lot of people that I love baseball. I'm not in the Hall of Fame. Pete Rose bet on baseball. If he weren't so defiant for so long, he probably could have crafted a path back to the game. But he was so adamant and so defiant for so long that there were people on the other side that took up arms against him. And I think in time, it'll probably happen. I hope it does, just like with all the steroid guys. It's absurd that there's a baseball Hall of Fame without Pete Rose. There's a baseball Hall of Fame without Barry Bonds and Mark McGwire and Roger Clemens. It's stupid. They all existed in that era of the sport. And You want to have the steroid wing, or you want to have notations on their plaques, whatever. I mean, but the fact that all those guys are not in the Hall of Fame is stupid. And that's a major issue with baseball. Oh my goodness, hang on one second. Hey, Abner, good morning. Hey, y'all, hang on one second. I do need to go stop Drew's music, kind of get him stirring a little bit. So, of course, I will leave you for 30 seconds with the dulcet tones of Mr. Toby Tomplin.
Parish Construction and Roofing. At Parish, we've got you covered. From the top of your roof, all the way down. Parish Construction and Roofing. Parish built. Parish built. Parish built. From your hometown. ParishBuilt.com.
It might be a tough wake up this morning for Mr. Drew. He did not even budge. Usually when I turn off his sound machine and turn the lamp on and everything, he'll like stir a little bit. Didn't even budge. Might be a little tough wake up today for the boy. Okay, please smash the like button if you would. Subscribe to the channel. Facebook, like the page, share the post. Randall, don't care if Pete Rose in the Baseball Hall of Fame or Barry Bonds did steroids. Oh, bet on baseball. Got it. Yeah, I agree with you. Jason, good morning. Need that Parish hat. Jason, come on by the Parish office. We anybody that wants a hat, I know we just got a ton more in. Come on by the Parish office. We got them. And I think they have these as well. I don't know if they have them in the Richardson, but they have this design. I know that. We got plenty of hats. So y'all come on, just swing on by there, walk in the office and just say, hey, Scone told me if I came by, y'all would give me a Parish hat. And the only thing we ask is you take a picture. We can share it on social. That's all. Cajun Country, good morning. Matt Plavadal, rip to Charlie Hustle. Yeah, Matumbo. How about that, man? Was Matumbo... So Matumbo and Mourning were at Georgetown at the same time. So Patrick Ewing was before them at Georgetown. I think get the years right. Michael, good morning, Matt. Assuming hopefully Nuss comes back next year, which quarterback do you think has the best chance to transfer? Highly touted guys, but Underwood coming in to take over. Yeah, man. It would be a total guess. If Nuss comes back, and then you're talking Collins, Hurley, Underwood, I don't know, man. Probably Collins, you know. He probably gets stuck between a rock and a hard place, but I don't know. I'd hope they all come back. Lowell, 39 degrees this morning. Oh, my goodness. Anxiously awaiting the Minot Air Force Base hoodie to make an appearance on your show. You know we'll make it... Excuse me, Lowell. You'll know we'll make it happen. Dane, good morning. Nuts federal government even gets involved in things like college sports. Getting a basketball coach on a wiretap is a complete waste of time and resources. I completely agree with you, Randall. Again, but you're complaining about the symptoms and not the root of the problem, which is however you got caught, you got caught. I'm with you about the federal government, everything you said, but it's still Will Wade's voice on a wiretap, man. You can't get past that. I think it was 10-year-olds and Pete Rose broke Ty Cobb's record. Remember watching that game. Spurge, good morning. Dane, I see Will Wade every week at Southern Spice Restaurant, Lake Charles. Watch his whiskey. I love it, dude. He's so good. Like, to be very clear, I love Will Wade. Okay, like, I mean, he was very good to me when he was the coach here. Every time I see him, like we get along like great. He was never bothered by criticism and appreciated support. Very good professional relationship, and I like him personally very much as well. And he would even tell you he was 2 years too early. I mean, if NIL were a thing, would not have mattered a lick. He's just 2 years too early, man. Didn't Bill Self get caught telling Zion's dad to give him $6 million, figures, all that stuff? So the whole thing about that was the paper trail went back to an assistant. So it wasn't Self. He had his minions doing the dirty work. Let's see. Michael Cook, Kelly Gross, Corey makes the money because they can sell his memorabilia again. I hope you Rose family tell the MLB to kick rocks. I don't think they will. Got it. NFL wait until Kenny Stabler passed to induct him. You see, Dane, there's a big difference though. There's a lot of players that get inducted into halls of fame as part of like a veterans committee, and because they have to wait their turn and whatever the case may be. There's a big difference between that and what we're talking about with Pete Rose. Like with Pete Rose, you'd have to talk about reinstatement into Major League Baseball, not his Hall of Fame credentials. With Kenny Stabler, the question was his Hall of Fame credentials, right? So he was not elected on the regular ballot. He was elected as a Veterans Committee ballot, right? So there is a difference there. Tim Gotro, good morning. Wacky Chris, the AFR theme by the fabulous Toby Tomplay. What classic rock song is he spoofing? I can't get my finger on it. It might be aging myself here. No, man. It's he's not spoofing anything. He is sampling a Spoon Man. So the AFR theme forever was Spoon Man. And some years ago, Toby said, hey, what if I wrote a theme for it? I was like, man, I've had Spoon Man forever. He goes, what if I did it sort of in that same vein? So it's a very similar track to Spoon Man. Fitness, agree with you on the Hall of Fame. Crushing the discussion. Will DeMario play Monday? I don't know, man. Look, soft tissue injuries are always kind of weird because they don't. It's not like you go play through them. They just need time to heal. So I'm certain DeMario Davis is really going to attack his recovery, his treatment, and getting treatment and therapy on it every day. But when you hear soft tissue, it always, Kendra Miller still hasn't been active, right? Injured his hamstring the first day of training camp. Now, he probably could have been back by now, but it's what it is. So it really depends on how significant the strain is. Tom is still waiting for a hat. Talked with Miss Linda a couple of weeks ago. Lake Charles and Sulphur up in here. There you go. James McKinney, good morning. Lou, am I the only one that hates the new LED lights? Every big play, they do it, just overkill. Lou, listen, I don't I understand that a lot of it is the entertainment value, and you're trying to create more of an environment. I don't like it. I think I remember the first time I saw it was Alabama. And it was the Crimson Strobe show, and it's just too much. I'd say the same thing about LSU. It's not just that it's Bama or Crimson. It's just that was the first time I remember seeing it. A lot of teams have done it now. I don't love it. I know there's people that do think it's cool, but I'm with you. But again, at the same time, like, I'm not going to lose sleep over the fact that they installed LED lights and have a light show. Rex, good morning. Hewing was mid 89s. I guess mid 80s. Late 80s. Got it. Okay, got it. Chance Babin, good morning. Y'all are quiet this morning, man. Might be done with comments. Okay, I think we're done. All right. If we're done, then we're done, y'all. Thanks so much for being there. Please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the page, share the post. All of our great sponsors, y'all, they're linked in the description on Facebook, and they're linked on YouTube and tagged on Facebook. Locked on LSU is already live, so please, after we're done here, jump on over there. You could listen or watch. Listen on podcast, watch on YouTube to Locked on LSU. Crushing the discussion, jump back in. Agree about the lights. Trips me out. Maybe it'd be different if I experienced it in person, but I agree. Yeah. All right, y'all. Let's get on out of here then. Feels like a bye week. Yeah. True. What are you doing? What are you doing? Woo. All right. Oh, no. I just splashed coffee on my shirt, my pants, and my face. I guess I have to go change now. Robert, my wife is incredibly glad you fit in the box. So for those on the border, we fixed the border yesterday. Erica and I worked on it again. She and I kind of she resized it, and I was able to size it in StreamYard to fix it. So anyway, well, this is an interesting point. Rose has served a lifetime ban. So now that he's no longer alive, do you let him back in? Probably not. Should I change my shirt or just roll with it? I mean, I got a little coffee splash. Can you see right there? I probably need to change my shirt, huh? I'm gonna change my shirt. Okay, thanks for watching, y'all. Have an awesome day. I know, man. Coffee on the shirt. Like I never do it. Like what? It just splashed. Like shirt, pants, face. I think I need to take this shirt off because that's gonna stain. I know. Weston Weaver. Hey, Dad. Good morning. All right, y'all. I think we're done. Y'all have an awesome day.